Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Greedy Little Pig Show. This week was an absolute banger. We only ran 2 loads, but both of them were phenomenal. In fact, our revenue per mile was the highest I've seen in months. So that being said, let's get greedy. Our first load this week started in Council Bluffs, Iowa. We only had to deadhead about 6 miles out of Omaha, and from there we were loaded for 886 miles, heading all the way down to Los Lunas, New Mexico, just south of Albuquerque. That gave us a total of 892 miles. We were paid $2,602.06 on this run, which worked out to an average of $2.91 a mile. As soon as I found out I was headed to Albuquerque, I got super excited. I knew this could set me up for a really strong week if everything lined up the way I hoped. So right away, I started planning out my next moves, and the master plan kind of went a little something like this. From Albuquerque, I can usually pick up from either Amarillo or Friona, Texas, and run something to Florida. The deeper, the better. Miami has this nursery that we pick up from that pays extremely well and runs very hard. So you can do very well coming out of a state that usually doesn't pay well. So essentially you're making killer money going in and very respectable cash coming out. So let's see how this turned out. After wrapping up in Los Lunas, we had a decent deadhead 273 miles down to Friona, Texas, where we picked up a load of meat heading all the way to Florida. That one ran us 1,521 miles loaded, for a total of 1,794 miles. The payout came in at $3,940.71, which breaks down to $2.19 per mile. Let's go, guys. Unfortunately, the day before we delivered, I heard from dispatch that they were already moving trucks out of the state due to low freight. I didn't deadhead in the end, but I decided to play it safe on my load out of Florida. But that's for next episode. Alright guys, let's break down the numbers. Our total revenue for the week came in at $6,566.53. We had $15.75 in reimbursements, deductions totaled $3,332.18, and we set aside $80.58 into the tire fund. That left us with a deposit of $3,155.37. After adding in the usual $250 that goes into the E-Fund, our net profit for the week was $3,405.37. Not bad for just 2 loads. Definitely one of the better weeks we've seen in a while. Now for the mileage and cost breakdown. This week we drove 279 miles empty and 2,407 miles loaded, for a total of 2,686 miles. Our net fuel cost came out to $1,191, which breaks down to just 16 cents per mile. Revenue averaged $2.44 per mile. Our operating cost was $1.26 per mile, and that left us with a net profit of $1.17 per mile. In the end, I didn't get to put my perfect run together, but I'm still extremely pleased with how this week turned out. That's a wrap for this week's episode of The Greedy Little Pig Show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the next one. And in the meantime, be safe and stay greedy, piggies.